Hey guys, and welcome to Tnashi's Movie Corner. So for today's movie review, I will be reviewing Dawn of the Dead, the remake. Yeah, I keep doing the remakes, but I will be reviewing the remake directed by Zack Snyder. And with me today, I have a special guest. It is not Scooby-Doo. It is my buddy, Tom. Say hi, Tom. Okay. Right. Anyway, so yeah, this movie, like I said up front, I've not seen the original. I've seen, well, pieces of the original, but I actually haven't seen the original. So this was my first, one of my first major introductions into kind of the zombie style movies. You know, it starring Sarah Polley and Vig Rhymes. I don't know how to say his name. That's sad. Ty Burrell's in it, which is interesting. Michael Kelly, Jake Weber. Anyway, so basically, you have the zombie apocalypse starts, right? And all these people have to take refuge in a shopping mall, and that's the very basis of what the movie's about. These zombies can run, they can haul ass, like they should have been in the Olympics. Tom, can you run? Okay. So yeah, they can run really fast, and of course they're brutal, they're violent, they're zombies, they'll rip you apart. That brought a new aspect to kind of these zombie movies that I hadn't seen, because that was the one thing about them, was I was like, well, you can just outrun them, like you'd be fine. They move so slow, you know. But no, not only do they have the numbers on their side, but they're fast, they're strong, and they're seemingly intelligent considering some of the things that happened in this movie. So these are really scary scary ass zombies. And Zack Snyder, you know what his style is, but you almost don't see as much of that. You don't see as many Zack Snyder mannerisms in later films, which is not a bad thing, but you don't see quite as many with this one. I feel like, I don't know for sure, I feel like this might have been his first movie, his first major movie anyway. So the thing about the remakes, so the biggest issue that people have about remakes is why remake them, because you can't do a direct copy, and a lot of times when you try to do something new, it ends up being horrible. I think this can be on par with the original. I think people that can enjoy both of these movies, it had the characters, it had the action, it had the suspense of it, it had the horror of it, you know, the tension of it, it had the music. There's some good music in it. Like at an hour and 41 minutes, it everything flowed very well. Like, and of course there's some mysteries that won't get solved in this, and there is an end credit scene that I would have preferred not having in a way, but I won't get into that. But this movie's a really good movie. Like, I highly enjoyed this movie. I thought this movie was a great movie. You had George A. Romero, who was the writer, one of the writers, right? But James Gunn was also a writer on it and did the screenplay. James Gunn. You know that name? You recognize that name? That's right. Guardians of the Galaxy. And, ironically, Scooby-Doo. The 2002 live-action Scooby-Doo. So, yes, we're actually talking about someone that Scooby might have something to do with, and he's not in here. But maybe he'll be in here when we review his own movie or something. I don't know. Anyway, as you can tell, I enjoyed this movie. I thought this was a good movie, like a really good movie. This is one of my favorite horror movies out there. Granted, there's a lot of horror I haven't seen, but there's a lot of horror I have seen, and it's just been bad. This was a really good horror movie for me, and realistically, it could be compelled one of my favorite movies. Um, so, giving it a rating 1 through 10, you probably determined it by now, but I am shooting for the stars. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. But that's my thoughts on it. What did you guys think about this movie? Go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Hopefully you enjoy this vid, and if so, click the like button, share, subscribe to my channel, and watch my other vids. I do appreciate it. And Tom, you've been pretty silent this entire review. I almost forgot you were there. So, a little stiff, Tom. Do you have anything you'd like to say? Okay. Is that it?
I'd also like a drink.
You can talk?